There is a gap between a junior developer and a senior developer, and it's not how fast they type, it's not how many frameworks they use, it's these small CSS things. Tiny properties, units, selectors that make their code cleaner, shorter, and easier to maintain. I'm gonna show you 5 of them right now, and I promise at least 3 of these we have never used before. So let's go. Blank HTML, blank CSS, live server running. We are building 5 separate demos, one for each trick. Let me start with the one that generally surprised me the first time I saw it used. So here's the HTML code and in CSS. Alright, okay, so this is a card with a brand color red, border is red, text is red, standard. Now the icon also needs to be red, so I write the color again. The decorative line also red, written a 3rd time, and the badge red again. So I written 4 times. Now imagine the client says, actually make it blue. You update it 4 times. In a real project, maybe 40 times. That's the junior trap. Now watch the senior version. So this is the HTML code, and in CSS, I set the color once on the parent, current color. This is the keyword. It means whatever color is currently set on this element, so the border automatically uses the same red without me writing again. Icon, line, badge, current color. Now if the client says change it to blue, I change one value on card senior, everything, border, icon, line, badge updates automatically. That is what senior CSS looks like. Alright, next one, the is selector. This one I see juniors completely ignore even though it's been in CSS for years. This is the HTML code and this is the CSS. So this is how most people write it. Listing out every heading, then listing them again for the hover state. Imagine if this had 5 headings levels, H1 through H5. That's 10 lines just for this. Now watch this code. Is selector takes a list of selectors, matches any of them. So this means any H1, H2 or H3 that's inside article, same result, 1 line. And the hover state, also 1 line because you can change pseudo classes directly on isSelector. Hover state for all 3 headings. 1 rule and done. There's one bonus thing about isSelector. It takes the specificity of the most specific selector inside it, so that whole thing has the specificity of an ID. That's worth knowing before you use it. Okay, this one, every junior has done this at least once. The padding hack for maintaining aspect ratios. So this is the HTML code and this is the CSS code. So what's happening here? Padding top 56.25%. That number comes from dividing 9 by 16. The 16 by 9 ratio 0.5625. So 56.25%. It works, but look at this code. If someone else reads it, do they know that 56.25% means 16 ratio 9? No, they have no idea. And then you need position absolute and inside 0 just to put content inside it. It's a hack, a clever hack, but still a hack. Now the senior version. This is the HTML code and this is the CSS. Aspect ratio 16 by 9. Set the width, the height calculates itself. That's it. No padding, no absolute positioning, no math. You read the line and you know what ratio it is. And it works for anything. 1 by 1 for square cards, 4 by 3 for classic images, 2 by 1 for wide hero banners. The padding hack is retired. Use this one. Alright, this one is specifically for inputs and text width. And it's one of those things where once you know it, you wonder how you ever worked without it. It's the CH unit. So this is the HTML code and this is the CSS code. So here's how juniors do it. Guess a pixel width, 200 pixels for phone, 80 for postcode. Sometimes it fits, but sometimes it cuts off. Sometimes it's way too wide. It's a guess every time. Now the senior version. And 1 CH equals the width of the 0 character in the current font. So 14 CH means this input is exactly wide enough for 14 characters. A phone number like this is 15 characters. So 14 character is tight but perfect. The placeholder fits. A postcode is 5 digits. So 8 CH gives a little breathing room. A credit card number is 19 characters with the spaces, 20 CH. No guessing, the width is described in human language. Anyone reading this code knows exactly what it means. And CH isn't just for input. Seniors also use it for max width on paragraphs. Alright, last one, and this is the most powerful. Layer. If you ever fought CSS specificity, written important, and felt bad about it, this is what you needed. This one line, alright, this one line at the very top declares 3 layers. And the order here matters. Utilities is listed last, so it wins. Base is listed first, so it loses to both others. This is the entire cascade defined by you intentionally. So inside layer base, the default button is styles, gray background. This is the lowest priority. And inside layer components, I override the button, purple now, and slightly bigger padding. Even though both rules target button with the same specificity, components wins over base because it's later in the layer order. And layer utilities, the gold accent button. This wins everything because utilities is last in the order. Even if I wrote the CSS before the component styles, it still wins because the layer order takes priority over source order. That's the whole point of layer. You stop relying on write it later so it wins, or add more selectors so it's more specific, or the nightmare of important. You just define the hierarchy at the top and write clean CSS. So 3 buttons, same button class, different layers, decide which wins. wins. That's how seniors control the cascade. 5 tricks. Current color is selector, aspect ratio, CH units, and layer. All of them are in modern CSS right now, all supported in every major browser, and most juniors have never touched a single one. Start using these in your next project and your code will look like a senior wrote it. Full demo file is linked in the description. If you want more of these, please subscribe because this is exactly the kind of CSS I cover every week. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.